With the release of the Z Fold 5 and its absolutely whopping $1,800 price tag, I've gotten a lot of comments saying, hey, what about getting an older Z Fold 4 and saving a bunch of money? And I think that's a great idea. Link will be in the description. $955 Amazon renewed. And I do suggest going with something like Amazon renewed because of the return policy and because while you have to be careful with any smartphone that you buy on the secondary market, I think folds carry with it an additional possible danger down the line as far as wear and tear. So you want to be extra careful buying a used fold. So I want to go over a few of the things that I would look at right away when picking up a Fold 4 on the secondary market and things that might cause you to return it, but just things you want to keep in mind and look out for. The first is pretty obvious: screen damage. And by that I mean turn the display off, the internal display, and hold it at an angle. And just look down the surface of the display and see if you notice any indentations, anything that would be signs of improper S Pen usage, or perhaps a non-approved S Pen. Someone tried to use a regular stylus or didn't know, or a pen, or who knows what, or their nail. Just look for any indentations or damage along the surface of the display, because you don't know how it affects the ultra thin glass underneath, and if it could hit anything that's sensitive. So you'd want to take a look at that. If you notice any undue damage here, then go ahead and return it. The other thing, while you have the screen protector open, or the screen open, look at the screen protector itself. See if it's pulling up in any spots. I know you can remove them. I know a lot of people do. But if it is pulling up, I would do yourself a favor. Go to one of those Samsung in-person service centers. Have them look at it. Either do a screen repair if they'll allow it, or see if that's an actual issue, or just go ahead and return it. Because I think any sort of peel up on the screen protector, if not removed properly, or if there was some damage there that caused that, it might be an issue. The other thing I would do is go around the entire length of the device. Look at all the ports and the speakers and the microphone. Look at anywhere where there could be a crevice and see if you notice any debris. If there's a lot of dust, debris, lint, dirt, sand in the USB-C port, in the speaker grills, anything like that, that might be an indication that it was used a lot outside. It was taken to the beach. Someone may have used it at a construction site, or you don't know what their job is, HVAC, something like that. So you're going to want to be careful about what may have potentially gotten into the hinge. I wouldn't worry about it too much, because with the Fold 4, I think starting with, I don't know what fold it was, but certainly the Fold 4 hinge does a lot to protect against stuff getting inside of it, and you have that dust protection. However, you're going to want to open it up. If you notice a lot of dust and debris, open it up and close it. And just get real close, get your ear real close to the hinge itself, and see if you hear any undue grinding. Once you open it, once you get it to about here, you should hear nothing. It should be silent. It should be like almost a hydraulic just going across. So if you're like here, and it's like there's sand in there, there's gravel in there, you notice a lot of grinding of the gears moving across, that cam, that action that's working in there feels like it's a little tougher than it should be, then that's a red flag for you to go ahead and return that. The other big thing that I would look at is power it on now, and look at the screen, specifically the crease, the OLED, from multiple different angles. And look down the crease itself and see if you see any color distortion, any issues at the very crux of the crease. If you notice any sort of folding over, any imperfections in the display, any light that doesn't look like it should look on that display, it's perhaps signs of micro cracks that are forming there, or micro creases that are forming, and that could lead to bigger display issues down the line. So while I do highly recommend getting a used Fold 4, I really think there are a lot of things that you have to look at that you don't necessarily have to look at on a regular candy bar slab phone. So if you keep those in mind, you can absolutely pick up a great deal, because $955 is almost half of what you're paying for a new Z Fold 5, and you're not getting robbed on a lot of the features. With the Z Fold 4, well, number one, the Z Fold 3, I believe, has the Android L optimizations. So you're getting all that software stuff that helps with foldables, with the multitasking, app pairs. You're getting that One UI 5.1 experience. You still have support for 3 more years on that front. So really good. You're not missing anything there. So I think I'm pretty happy. The other thing that you get with the Fold 4 specifically is the new aspect ratio. So you're getting that 23.1 by 9 aspect ratio. So while the Fold 3 outer display wasn't unusable by any means, I wouldn't put it that, typing on the Fold 2 and the Fold 3 was a bit tougher, especially I have bigger thumbs. It took a little more getting used to than the Fold 4 does. That extra couple millimeters that you get on the Fold 4 absolutely makes a difference. So I love that. So that's something that you get on the Fold 4. You're getting 120 hertz on the outer display. You're getting a beautiful experience at 120 hertz on the inner display. So a lot of the technology that you're getting in the Fold 5 is already kind of in the Fold 4. Is it heavier than the Fold 5? Yes, it is. Does it close flat? No, it doesn't. So those are two things that you're going to have to weigh. But because this device had the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, the one big thing that you're getting are the power efficiencies that were not available in the Fold 2 and the Fold 3. And that's something that has carried over into the Fold 5. But if you pick up a Fold 4 in good repair, then you're in really good shape, because the battery life from the Fold 3 to the Fold 4 is a significant jump due to those optimizations and those power efficiencies that they've made. Sure, software helps, but having that Plus generation, that Plus Gen 1, really gives you 6 hours, 6.5 hours of screen on time, whereas before it was 4.5, 5 hours of screen on time for my Fold experience. So with that in mind, with the software, you're getting a premium device. It feels great. Are you getting the camera optimizations that the Fold 5 has? No, you're not. But I never thought the Fold series, even before the Fold, now I think the Fold 5 takes excellent photos. I never thought you were getting robbed camera-wise on the Fold devices previous. Are they S23 Ultra level? No, but that wasn't really the point to me. But I still think they take really good photos. Plus, you get this beautiful cream color, which I don't want to regret the color choice I made on the Fold 5. I like this kind of the bluish denim that it has here. But this is a classic design. I love the look of it. I love the size. I love the fact that they made it a little squatter, not quite as tall, because that helps the internal aspect ratio as well. I think content looks great on here. And if you're looking at this as kind of a first Fold, if you've been curious about them, I think the Fold 4 has the good mix of durability because of the improvements they've made here to the hinge and the price now that you could get one at, that I think you'd be better off looking at something like this, or instead of stretching and kind of putting yourself in a bad financial spot, getting a Fold 5 or a Pixel Fold and spending that kind of money. So if you've been curious about this experience, which is excellent, you will never forget the day that you open up your Fold 4 and enjoy Instagram or Twitter X on that's wide display with good lock and all the optimizations that Samsung made as far as the screen real estate's concerned to get those third-party apps looking great. Reddit, WhatsApp, Discord. It's a great experience on this internal display, and you absolutely like it with the battery, with the performance, with the good design that you get at sub $1,000. So get yourself a good one. But if you do, at $955, you get one in pretty good condition, then you're ahead of the game. Because if you think about $1,000 for a regular Candy Slab flagship at this point, I think you get a heck of a lot more with a Fold 4, and you're saving yourself a little bit of money. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Chef Pusheen cooking up the Fold 4 deals. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.